As I read chapter 11, the first thing on Try Stuff is make a list of 3 to 5 people. So I think one of them would be my best friend Elena, and then my friend Zoe, who just got married, and then one would be my mom, and then I think I would try to find a couple people at Whitworth, I just don't know yet, to be like hopefully one of my mentors or something. I was talking like with the mentors, like I've never really had one in my life, and so like just finding like an older person just to like be able to talk to and kind of like not like advice, but like how they were saying, like mentor through your life. And so like I think the mentor would be my first step on this chapter, because like I don't really have one, but like I definitely know that like Elena and Zoe are my big supporters. And then I think that my teammates, my lacrosse teammates, one of them is Grace Curley, and she's one of the players in my life. She's like actively in my life like all the time. She plays sports with me. She like also like does work with me, like all these stuffs. And so I think one of those would be also her. Just like people who also have the want to like learn how to better themselves and like what they want to do in their life, because I've seen a couple people be like, I don't know really what I want to do with my life, and so that's kind of why I chose them as well, with like a mentor on the side, because like we can all go through it together and go through the same experiences and all this stuff. And all of them, like if as I like look at them, like all of them are respectful and participative, and like all of them would be confidential, and we all know each other well enough that like we would be good for each other in that way. As a mentor, like I would need to like find someone like that, as I was saying. But as I look through this chapter, and it's like the beyond team to community, like the purpose of like a community is that you are like, you have a purpose and you are like sharing into the community, and like you'll meet regularly and as a shared ground, and like to know and be known. And so like essentially in my community, like I really thought of like my church community as a big community in my life, as I've like gone away from like not going to church only because of my work. It's harder for me to be in community, which is like fine, and I still get like all of my my Christianity, like religion and fellowship, like stuff through like church and through like Bible and like through people. I think that more like knowing that like who my community is along that, and like we all know that we want to be known, and like we want to be loved, and we want to be seen. Like those are just human nature. And so like really like I think a step for me in like building a team, even if it's not just like finding someone who I can like read this book with, say, or someone who could, but like to really make it known, where it's like someone I could get coffee with once a week, or someone I could do this with once a week, like to really like know and like be seen and be heard, and like me being there for someone and then them being there for me. It really like, as I'm like building a team, like really just knowing who I want to be in a team with, and who like really is there alongside me and like supporting me and growing me upward rather than downward, I think plays a big role into this, because no matter what my heart gets set on with a job, like I would still want them by my side no matter what. And like someone to push me actually in the right direction, and not be, like someone who's able to like tell me the truth and not like lie to me and say these things are like bad. But I really like how just at the end it's like life design is a journey, and a journey isn't as fun to do alone, which like there is times in your life where you do need to do your journey alone, and I feel like I've gone very far with doing my life alone. Like I learned how to be more, I am 100% extroverted, but with that I needed to learn how to actually be introverted and actually take my time to myself, and like through that I got rest, and I am very fine, and then I can still be super extroverted. I can be extroverted by myself also, like, but I think that just like taking the time and really just like life is so fun to do with someone else. And so like just like having those people by my side, I related to this chapter because then it really thought to me like who really would be here like in those times like of trouble, and like how would they support me in through this chapter, or would they even want to like read this book or hear about this book, just things like that. And I was like that like building a team, like it's really just like trying. And then also like if a person doesn't work out in my team, like it's not like I should be offended by them not being a good fit, but I think that it is like honestly trial and error. Like some people like you think that may be really good in your group may be horrible and really like and spread a whole bunch of like rumors or like talk about like people behind their back. I'm like honestly like that is trial and error. You meet people like that. You meet people in the job force that do that. So you just have to find out who really is here for you and wants to listen to you and like is there for you. And so I think that was cool to see, like, honestly, it is like a journey and you can travel together or with other people, like, I mean, together or separate or like, but it is fun to do with other people, especially if other people are there. We can build our network bigger because they know people and I know people. And so when we all can come together, our networks are even bigger. And so I think that like just building a team is like a very strong thing in designing your life. And I think this really goes along with the networking because like, if I find like a mentor who say knows very good in the business world, like that could be a very strong network of mine as they are like learning about me and learning who I am, and they could see what a good fit for me is in the like environment. So I think that this chapter was good and like really just showing me like what a team really looks like.